What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK. Short brother Dr.Blick, the darkest man around. And today, guys, I am here with Dr.Love 307. Say hello to the people, man.
Hi, guys.
And today we are gonna pretty much continue off the video that Dr.Love made. If you want to check that video out, the link will be in the description below. And in that video, we talk about the character roster that we could see for this game. Dragon Buu Z, okay, not Dragon Buu, Dragon Buu FighterZ with the not S, the Z. So in Dr.Love's video, he basically talked about the Saiyan Saga, the Frieza Saga, and GT. I don't know why I went blank, but like he talked about GT as well. In this video, we're gonna be focusing on the Cell Saga, the Buu Saga, and the whole of Super. So Dr.Love, in the Cell Saga, like, what are the characters do you feel that are going to be in this game, like, as like in your overall thoughts?
To be honest, I'm only expecting 17, 18, and Perfect Cell. And Trunks. I'm not even expecting 16, Jiro, or 19. Maybe 16 in Jiro, 19. I really just don't see it. I mean, they could, but he hasn't been in a 2D game since like Budokai 1, and he hasn't even been in a game like since Raging Blast 2, I don't even think. And yeah, 17, 16, and because those two are like, you know, iconic even for later on in the series. And yeah, Cell is Cell. Like, why would you not have Cell for the Cell Saga? That's dumb. So, you know,
it's perfect,
right? Oh, one last thing. Do you think for Trunks they're gonna make it 2 versions of Trunks like they do in the Tenkaichi and Raging Blast, or just 1 version like they do in Budokai?
1 version, because like with Tenkaichi, is like Budokai is more closer to a fighting game, and in terms of the way it was laid out, it adapts the fighting game rules more than Tenkaichi does, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So in terms of Trunks, I reckon there'll be 1 variation, and when I mean 1 variation, I mean there will be either a version, a costume, or a different version of bulky Trunks, or they might be a Trunks that can actually transform or go or do something within being bulky, or they might not even have bulky Trunks in the game, or they just might count. Do you know how like they did it in burst limit, and how like you just transform into that? It could end up being something like that, but be slightly different. I don't know, because this is the first time they're handling the Dragon Ball game on console, so it's hard to say how they envision the Dragon Ball game to be. We do know that this game is going to be close to the series, but as a whole, it's hard to tell what they're going to envision for this game. All we have for that they've done is freaking Super Extreme Butoden, which had a lot, and I mean a lot, of support characters on that game. So this game's going to be slightly different in terms of that. But I got a question for you. Do you think that there's a chance of us getting a costume of freaking Mecha Frieza?
No.
Or did you just forget about him?
No. Well, I did forget about him, but I don't think there's going to be a costume, because actually what's kind of weird about the games they make, they actually don't do costumes. They just do skin, like re-skins for colors. So that's going to be kind of, I don't know how they're going to do it with this game, but they're known for like never doing other costume variations. So it's like what we get is what we get, which, you know, is kind of scary, but depending on the character. But I don't know. I honestly forgot about Mecha Frieza.
I'm just gonna say this, like off the bat, it's kind of upsetting the history of not doing costumes, because like, okay, we're gonna get bulky Trunks wearing freaking Trunks in normal clothes,
right?
not the freaking the Saiyan armor. So that's gonna be kind of iffy in terms of that aspect. But when you said them characters, you only see Perfect Cell or even Super Perfect Cell, the only 2 characters, or you just gonna see 1 Cell?
I just think they're gonna make it 1 Cell. I just think they're gonna make it 1 Cell. Yeah.
That makes sense. Like the more you dissect like the arcs, like or the sagas, you really see that you could potentially see 3 characters from each saga when you think about it as a whole. But let's talk about the Buu Saga. Okay. So, okay, when it comes to the Buu Saga, who do you think is going to be in the game? Because there's a lot of variations of Buu.
Yeah, there is.
You think they're going to miss any?
Yeah, I think they're going to miss the freaking, I think they're going to, for Super Buu, I think they're only going to have Buu Han, which is kind of weird. Alright, so I think there's only going to be Buuhan, Fat Buu, and Kid Buu. I think there's going to be Vegito, obviously. Goten, Trunks, and Gotenks. Or maybe just Gotenks and not Goten and Trunks, which would be, you know, a little weird, but I could honestly see them doing that. And Ultimate Gohan. That's who I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Like when you said Buuhan, that kind of shocked me because Buuhan's not even in Xenoverse. I was more so thinking that you would go towards the route of freaking Super Buu, like the one that fought Gohan. So I was surprised when you said Buuhan. Like what made you think Buuhan instead of Super Buu?
Because I feel like they would focus, like if they were to go into the story, I feel like they would focus more on Buuhan versus Vegito than Gohan versus Super Buu. But there's also the possibility that they could have Super Buu and Buuhan. You know, there's a possibility for that. But I personally feel like if they were to choose one, they would choose Buuhan. That's just out of pure speculation, though. Like I'm just spitballing stuff out there. And yeah.
So do you like? I know this could be one character just come on the one Goku. Do you feel like they're gonna put Super Saiyan 3 Goku, like as a thing that you can actually go on the settings? I want to start off a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or do you think it's gonna be like a transformation sort of thing? Like, because potentially this game can actually have a lot of variations of characters, but like. How do you think like this is gonna work with like someone like freaking Super Saiyan 3 Goku?
You know, actually, I was thinking that Super Saiyan 3 was gonna be a part of like an ultimate attack or something. Like
so like a finishing move, like Dragon Fist.
Yeah. So like aside from him being his own character, which I don't think they would do, I personally feel like they would just make him an ultimate attack, which I would prefer if he was an actual character, like you could transform into it, but. Based on the way they make their games and how like a lot of the fighting games usually work, I'm assuming that if he's not a transformation, he's probably just gonna be part of an ultimate attack.
Okay. So like my opinion, I pretty much agree with all the stuff you said. Like I don't know. I don't really see Goten and Trunks being in the game. I can see us actually not having them. I can see them focusing more on Gotenks instead. Like I can really see that happening because Goten and Trunks, yeah, they can fight. We've seen them fight multiple times, but when you really think about it, now like going forward in Dragon Ball as a whole, they only really fight as Gotenks.
Yeah,
and them fighting as Gotenks, we might not even get Gotenks Super Saiyan 1. I can see them just giving us Super Saiyan 3. I swear they've done that in the Dragon Ball game before.
Have they?
Like.
I feel like they have actually.
I feel like they have, but I don't know what it is. But I feel like they have. I might just be thinking of things like as a whole. Like I feel like it's something that Ultimate Tenkaichi would do, but I know they didn't do that because Ultimate Tenkaichi, that roster was messed up.
Right.
That roster had no rhythm, nothing. They just put random characters that they felt like putting in the game.
I know, right?
But who else? Okay. What about okay? I know this character. What about what's his name? What's his name?
Deborah.
Yeah, Deborah. Yeah, Deborah and Supreme Kai.
Supreme Kai, no. I don't think Supreme Kai is gonna be on there. Deborah, mate.
He would work so well in that game.
He would be. I feel like he could work though, which is the thing. But I don't know if they would add him because like he's not. He is important to the Buu Saga, but he's also like if he's not there, you won't really remember him unless he's mentioned or brought up, you know. So, because Trunks is probably gonna be a sword type of character too. So like it would make sense if they had Deborah. He could be like a sword type of guy as well. But you know what? I actually forgot about Majin Vegeta.
Oh yeah! Oh crap! I can see them missing his ass out.
Really?
Yeah, I can see. Like, that's a character that a lot of people want, but for some reason they love, like, in Dragon Ball games, they just love shafting his ass.
Right?
Oh, man, they love shafting him. It's a character that I can see in terms of these people. I can see that they might think to themselves, oh, the character that has a finishing move that blows himself up. What's the point?
True.
Why are we going to need him? Like, why is he there? He has like 2 moves.
That's
Or
true.
he might just be another variation of Vegeta, because you gotta keep in mind that there's gonna be a lot of variations of Vegeta. But when you said not a lot of costume changes is done in their history, it kind of raises the eyebrow, because if you're playing the story mode, you don't want to see freaking Vegeta when he's saying armor
with
that
an
you
M
want
on his
now.
forehead.
Yeah, like all that stuff, yeah, in like just the story mode. But you can't do it. You can't do it. Or you don't want to see like Vegeta wearing the same armor that Bulma gave to him, and not see it, and see him wear that when he's with Nappa.
Right?
Like, you don't want to see that. Like, it's gonna be one of those things that's gonna be tedious. So they're gonna kind of have to change what they used to. But knowing people in Japan, they love going by tradition. They love doing what they've always been doing. But they're gonna kind of have to swallow that pride and actually tweak this, because this is not a game that this game's based off something. This game's based off something. So they kind of have to do that, at least in my opinion. They kind of have to cater to that. I would like them to do that, and I feel like they should do that.
Yep.
But when you think about it, there's a lot of characters that could potentially miss out on. Like, okay, if there's any character, or if there's any characters that you feel like they're gonna definitely miss out on, who would it be?
From the Buu Saga?
Yeah, from the Buu Saga.
Dabura, Buu Tanks, the skinny gray Majin Buu, a lot of, I mean, there's actually a lot of people that were in the Buu Saga now that I'm really thinking about it. But from the main cast, I can see them leaving out like Buu Tanks and you know, those versions of Buu. Oh yeah, Supreme Kai. I forgot about him. Supreme Kai. Yeah, because I feel like maybe Goten and Trunks, maybe, because they also did that in Supersonic Warriors 1 and 2, where where in the beginning of the fight they would fuse into Gotenks. You could only play as Gotenks. You couldn't play as Goten and Trunks.
I can see that. I can see that happening. I can see that happening. That's gonna piss a lot of people off,
right?
Because their models are gonna be in the game. But you just
that's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Oh yeah, there's one thing that I just remembered, and this is for the Cell Saga. I'm just gonna quickly add this in, and I want to get your quick thoughts on this. What about Future Gohan?
What?
Future Gohan, like, what about him? Like, do you see them actually putting Future Gohan in?
I don't.
I agree with that. Like, I would like him. He's a massive fan favorite, and me personally, I don't really see why, but that's not my business. He's a massive fan favorite. All we've seen of him is him getting bodied,
right?
After being bodied, and after being bodied. But
I mean,
he's a fan
looks
favorite.
cool.
Yeah, he looks cool, and he's good at getting bodied. You would think it's Vegeta's son with the way this guy gets bodied.
Oh my gosh.
No, but what else? Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Like, you pretty much covered the Buu Saga, and we also talked about Future Gohan's possible involvement in this game, if he will be in this game. So here comes the meat of things: Dragon Ball Super. Wow. So, wow, what do you think about super characters being in the game? What's the likelihood?
I think that I feel like they would add more super characters than Xenoverse did, to be honest. Like, I don't think, okay, for day one, I do believe that it's gonna go at least to the Zamasu arc. I feel like that's at least gonna be in the game. And out of all those guys, I feel like they would add from the beginning of Super, so I think they'd add Beerus, I don't know about Whis though. Maybe Whis. Beerus, Whis 50-50. Champa, I don't think they'd add Vados. Hit, I feel like they could add the whole Universe 6 team. I don't think they'd add Botamo because that'd be a waste. But they could add Magetta because you don't necessarily have to fly in this game, so they could add Magetta. I don't think they're going to, but they could. Hit and Kaba are definitely going to be there. Frost, do you think they're going to add Frost?
I don't think they're gonna add Frost because we don't really need Frost, and Frost is just, I don't know. He just makes me think of Frieza too much.
Yeah, I don't feel like.
I feel like he's not really that much needed. Like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue what you're saying.
Yeah. So basically, Universe 6 team, I feel like they would add Kaba and Hit, maybe Magetta. Yeah, but then if they did, they'd have to kind of add Frost too. So maybe everyone but Botamo, and then for their
Black.
Oh yeah, Goku Black, Zamasu, and then Rose. Rose might be a transformation. I'm not sure yet. I mean, you know, the whole thing. Fused. Do you think Merge Zamasu is gonna be in the game?
Ooh, I could. Okay, this is like my standpoint. There's a chance that I only feel that they will only add the main the main super characters. I only see them adding the main ones. So like only the really popular ones that obviously, like I'm not sure about Merge Zamatsu because I'm not sure how popular Merge Zamatsu is, and you got to factor in that you got freaking Super Saiyan Kari Trunks, or Super Saiyan freaking Rage Trunks as well, like, or depending on what you want to call him. That character could be added in as well. So there's a lot of characters that could be added in, and bear in mind, by the time the game comes out, there's a high chance of the Tournament of Power being finished, and you never know, they could add Jiren as DLC, like pre-order. True.
That is true. So that'd be kind of cool though.
So it's hard to pinpoint because there's a lot of super characters that they can add, but I do feel like they're only gonna be the main ones that were really popular. Or they might not even add super and just make the DLC. Like I don't know, but I do feel like they will add some super characters at least, because super's current and it's good to promote it by actually putting it in the game. So people that have only seen Z or Dragon Ball, they will see, oh, this character's cool, where's this character from? And then they see his Dragon Ball Super, gives them more promotion, yada yada yada. That all that stuff will be good and healthy for the game as a whole.
Yep.
But as a whole, I don't see Whis in the game. I'm not sure about Champa because Champa's never really fought.
That is also true. So you think they just add Beerus out of all four of those?
Yep, Beerus.
Okay.
Beerus will be the only god in the game, minus freaking like the only god of destruction.
Yeah.
Like in the game, that I can see happening. Other than that, I don't really see anyone in the game. Right, okay, I know this would never happen, but I want to see your reaction to this. What would you do if they put the Omni King?
Dude,
I know this would never happen. It's impossible.
Dude, that would be the dumbest. That would be the dumbest thing if I saw the Omni King be added to the game. Oh, pre-order Dragon Ball FighterZ for the Omni King. Like, I'd be like, dude, what are you? That'd be so stupid. That would be so.
Oh
stupid.
Yeah, I just forgot. Female Broly.
Oh.
I don't think she'll be playable.
Really?
Because we got Broly. We're gonna have Broly.
I feel like she will. I feel like she will. I feel like they would have to, because it's like she's like the canon Broly, you know? So like there's Broly, but then there's actual, like, you know, in the universe Broly.
Oh my gosh. Imagine it. I can imagine them having some side story with a dialogue with both of them meeting each other. Oh my gosh, I can see that. I can see that happening. I can really see that happening, bro. I can see it. I can see it happening.
I have a question, dude. How do you think they're gonna do Super Saiyan Guy and Super Saiyan Blue in terms of their own slots, skins, like all that stuff?
Me? I feel like if there's any variation of Goku and Vegeta that deserve their own slots, is that one, and Super Saiyan 4 of them. But me personally, it will make more sense for them to actually be one thing. But I haven't really dived in heavily to the games that Arc System Works have made, so I can't really comment on that, like, to be honest, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's my standpoint.
Okay.
So is that it?
Yeah, for Super. Oh, if you want to throw this in there, you want to throw in like any just quick, you know, movie characters or movie villains you think they'd add in there?
I'm just gonna say this on the bat. I just think it's gonna be Broly, and that's it.
Just Broly?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I can see that actually. To be honest, I can see them just adding Broly out of all the movie villains. Well, Bardock doesn't count as a villain or from a movie, from a special. But
yeah, he's gonna be in the game too.
Yeah, Bardock and Broly are the two I can see.
And he's gonna be Super Saiyan in the game as well. They're gonna give us Super Saiyan.
Oh, they would have to. They would have to.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, those are the characters I see like being there.
Yep.
But since we pretty much covered everything, guys, if you haven't seen Dr. Love's part 1, that will be in the description below, or I'll pin it to comments. I might just do both. So if you feel like looking in the description, you can look in the description. If you go to the comments, it'll be there. So yeah, make sure you check out Dr. Love's channel. Link to that will be in the description below. I highly recommend it. And yeah, let me just wrap up this video. So please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please leave a like, rating if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll catch you at KFC. Bye, guys.
Oh my gosh.